Look at the Cuba saw.
Hey, Sheldon.
Slow. Sheldon, you got the toothache? Maybe I can do a little work on you.
I'll live with the pain, Scott.
Look at this place.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, I
it's
remember.
unbelievable.
You're gonna have to crawl through here because it's pretty jam-packed.
Oh, wow. Incredible. What would you want for that?
I need $500.
Bill, you give me your finger. Scott, check that out.
That is so great.
$7 grand.
Ow! I either need you to help me with this or pick up my body. I have to have this. I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us. Oh, look at the duck, the biggest mallard duck.
Have you noticed everything in Alberta is big?
Who would ever think to have the world's largest pierogi?
On a fork. Probably some of it came from, say, Bakerville. It has the world's largest Easter egg. Hey, look at the big windmill.
Turn right in here. You get the coffee, I'll sort out where we're going.
Hey, where are we at?
We're in Red Deer in Gasoline Alley. We're halfway to Edmonton. We're gonna hit Edmonton. We're gonna see Ron and Conrad in Edmonton. Then we go north and east up to Vilna.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah, that's Bill. I think he's the one with the primitive painted furniture, which is gonna be cool. And then we backtrack back down to Millerville, where we're gonna see Veronica. And then we might have a pick in Calgary. And the funny thing is, I think we're gonna see some big things in small towns.
Let's go. Can you imagine little Fort Edmonton in the height of the gold rush? Edmonton was the gateway to the Klondike.
Yeah, I think it's more famous for trading away Wayne Gretzky. That didn't bother me in Calgary at all.
City of champions.
That's what they say. Usually I just say Calgary farted and out came Edmonton.
Oh, Scott. You are gonna love this collection.
I've heard that it's just unbelievable.
Conrad and his father, Ron, have amassed the most amazing collection in probably Western Canada.
Well, from what I hear, probably Canada. I talked to Conrad on the phone about bringing stuff up for them to look at. And he said, look, we're always buying. So I grabbed a bunch of stuff, threw it in the back of the truck, and we'll see what we can do with them.
You'd never know it, but this is the spot. I think we can pull right in here.
Wow, look at this place.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is even better than I remember it.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
Welcome to sunny Alberta.
Hi,
and the
Conrad.
Bonner Museum.
Yeah.
Good to see you
Scott,
again.
good to see you.
Good to see you, Ron.
In 1976, I bought a little toy truck, and it's one of those Lincolns right there with the ladders on it.
The ladder truck.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of our collection.
We've done it as a family. We look at it as our hobby that's kind of gone wild. So we're big into cars, tractors. We have a soda pop collection, Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up, Crush, Stubby, alcohol, jukeboxes, general store, Meccano, and tin trucks, signs, gas pumps. Been through the years and decades, something that we've just added to.
It's a disease, you can't stop, you gotta keep going.
You can get treatment. You just call us. We'll take care of it for you.
You're like a kid in a candy store, aren't you? This is the most amazing private collection, and it really is private. It's very special that they've let us in today.
Can we stop at Red Indian?
Wow. Well, that has to be one of the most incredible Red Indian collections.
Red Indian is a real iconic image. It is the holy grail of oil and gas collectibles. I've never seen the sign that's on the top.
That's an original plaster Indian head. It is mint, and we've never seen another, and I don't know if we ever will.
That is one of the best Red Indian collectibles you will ever see.
This is the creme de la creme when it comes to Canadian pumps.
Wow.
And the
And,
restoration is just incredible in this one.
Everyone that collects oil and gas wants Red Indian.
And tins are almost as difficult to find as the signs.
The 5-gallon pails.
Right. They got everything going for them. They're a Canadian company.
That's right.
They got the great graphic. They got good color. They've got everything you want out of a piece of advertising. Normally, like you get 20 bucks for one of these. I would think a Red Indian, 150.
At least.
Yeah.
Would you part with one of those?
When you put as much effort and care into acquiring things, there's a huge emotional attachment. Nope.
That's the only two we have.
Sorry. Don't have to sell it, so let's just hang on to it. This is the general store.
A little bit of everything.
Great store. But you don't like Calgary because you're from Edmonton. So I think we could probably buy that Calgary ginger ale sign.
I love Calgary breweries.
That's
Calgary
ginger ale. That's our brewery.
I love Calgary ginger ale or breweries.
It's not a question of money with Conrad. Conrads are not going to sell it to you because they've got a place for it and they want to keep it. I'm hopeful maybe in the back room there's something that they would sell. And I got to a place where, fortunately, we'd separated Conrad and Ron. What about all the stuff you've got up on the shelves here? Can we take a look and see if there's anything we like?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Bang, I'm keying in now. Is there anything there I can buy? Well, Conrad's not there. Get some boat motors.
I think that's a no-name.
Outboard motor for international modelers, and that's what they were. You put them on your balsa wood boat. Those are really popular, and they were orphans in that collection. They didn't belong there. There was nothing that was associated with them. Would you sell these? These three little guys?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
Scott, the pit bull, is pick, 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 even when there's no picking to be had. He still picked.
Give me 100 for that one and 50 apiece for them. And that's a hell of a deal, I think. $200 for the...
Done. I'm not taking a chance you're going to say no if I make you an offer.
Thanks, Ron.
I gotta go through them and...
What are you guys doing?
No.
What does that mean? Do you sell them something?
Yeah.
No.
But I
You did
felt
not.
sorry for the guy.
No,
I mean,
I-
they come all the way out here and go home without nothing, so I sold them those
sell
three
you
little
anything.
those motors.
You didn't.
Just three little motors.
You did not.
You did? I wasn't sure whether Conrad was really mad or was he pretending to be mad.
I was gonna start collecting these.
Oh, do you want to buy these?
only
What do you pay, 200? We got 2 1/4? It would have been fun to sell them back for 25 bucks more than we paid for them.
Yeah, take them home.
I guess you needed something.
We got to have something.
Thanks, Ron.
Get one of them all.
And I know what we're doing next time. We're going to find out when Conrad's on holidays, and we're coming back to deal with Ron.
It's our soda alley, I guess you'd call it, because there's quite a bunch on both sides.
Wow. See some
Whoa.
stuff I like already.
The impact is just there.
Get out of the way. I want to get in.
My favorite logo? This guy right here.
Oh, Stubby.
The little soda jerk.
That probably should be my new nickname, Stubby.
Put a cowboy hat on him and...
I think he looks a lot like me, just I've got longer hair.
Coca-Cola right this way.
Wow.
It's spectacular. One of the largest collections I've been in of just strictly Coca-Cola.
Well, you got all different sizes of the Coke buttons. And anything with a triangle like that, that dates back to the 30s. Can you show us some stuff that you got doubles and triples of?
Not today. You have to come back.
Oh, come on.
There's some right behind me against the wall, but I wasn't gonna tell him that.
Maybe we'll have to show you some stuff then.
Well, we could do
Good,
that.
we're always buying. Let's go take a look.
A sale is just as good as a buy.
Now you're talking.
We brought a few of our better items that we thought Ron and Conrad might like. A hell of a sign, that one. Just in case we can sell them something.
Here it is, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
This is Garage Fresh.
A wacky taxi.
Isn't that great? But that's a Marks.
That's like the Dick Tracy one I've got.
They are zeroing in on the vehicles that are in good nick or that are rare.
That's a tough one to find.
The Sunshine Biscuit truck, it's so rare, you take it in any condition you can have until you can find a good one.
We've avoided the neatest thing here. That gargoyle, the mobile oil sign, looks to be in pretty great shape.
But I think we have one, don't we?
I think we have one, Scott.
yeah, sure.
Sorry, guys, I think we have
I'm
one.
buying that one. He didn't have that sign, and he wanted that sign.
Maybe we can roll that into a
Maybe
package price.
deal here.
Oh, you're going to try and package us, are you?
well.
Ron and Conrad are shrewd buyers. They know what they want, they know what they like, they know what they need for their collection. The gargoyle sign became the focus of attention.
This one we paid a gob for. The mobile oil we like.
$13.50 would take it away.
I'm going to shake on the gargoyle piece.
Great.
And we let it go to you, because it's got a good home here, for $1,800.
Do better on that. You can go 17 on that.
If you go 3 on that, I'll go 17 on that.
I want to go 2 on this and 17 on that.
I think 2's too cheap on that.
It's
that
all
is
about the
such a good
condition.
toy. I know it is,
I know it's rare.
but at 2, it's too cheap, even in that condition.
Everything else we've agreed upon but sunshine.
Yeah.
Split it, 50.
Hey, exactly, or flip a coin.
We'll give you your 3 on this.
Okay.
Sunshine goes 3.
17.
17.
Gargoyle 17.
I still like the wacky taxi.
That's free.
That's a throw-in.
That's free.
That's the start of your collection.
And I'd say we got ourselves a deal.
Do we?
got
Thank you,
ourselves a deal.
sir.
Got a deal? Yeah. Neat how he slides that in.
Yeah.
The gargoyle sign was something that we would have been happy to find under any conditions.
When we bought that gargoyle sign, Ron was the guy I had in mind for that, because we were going to get top dollar. We're the guys hunting it down. We bring it to them. They give us the money so we can hunt some more for them. Free boat motors. Oh, we can take that back to Calgary and make some money. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys, travel safe.
You're the consummate picker, Scott. You never give up.
Can't give up. There's always that little, like, that you leave the door open a little crack, you gotta dive through. I think Ron's gonna be in trouble. I think he's gonna be grounded after selling those boat motors.
And there's small town, big heart. Look at the Cuba saw.
That is the ugliest coiler I've ever seen. The only thing that's missing is the steam coming off.
That's no turd, that's sausage, man. Next time I come, I'm going to Costco first, and I'm bringing a lot of mustard with me. There's a little town with a big bun up the road. We're going to see Bill, who's got some primitive painted furniture. Bill sounds like a good guy. I think we're going to have some fun today.
I hope so. We haven't driven all the way up here. We're not buying anything.
That's the thing about primitive furniture. You're not going to find it close to cities. I'm sensing this could be our place.
Oh yeah, look at the
Hey,
old
look at all
garden.
the outbuildings. Wow, somebody's been mowing a lot of grass
Wow,
here.
have they ever? Everything's clean and neat, which is sort of shaky for a picker because you want it to look really ragged.
This is it.
With a cowboy hat on.
That's Billy. He's our kind of guy.
Hi.
I'm Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon.
Scott?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Hominic Farm here.
Where do we start?
I'm strictly into primitives. Anything that would be handmade when the homesteaders came here.
I'm hoping the big barn is full of furniture.
The barn, it has quite a bit of stuff in it.
Perfect, we'll start there.
Your family built that barn?
My dad built that, yes. You're gonna have to crawl through here because it's pretty jam-packed.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Oh.
You could see a bunch of color in there. Greens, blues, reds, yellows. Those are the colors you see on Ukrainian furniture.
There are some great things here, Bill.
About 15 years ago, I had a picker drive up into my yard, and he had a truckload of primitive Ukrainian furniture. That's basically how I got going, is through other pickers. It grew to the extent that it is now, which I have about 2,000 pieces.
You ever seen one of those?
No.
Pistol holder.
You got some really interesting primitive weapons here. In our market, in Western Canada, it's unusual to find a guy with this much primitive. That had some paint on it at one time.
Lots of Ukrainian furniture, or primitive furniture generally, is made not by carpenters. It's made by husbands, fathers, mothers, people that needed the furniture.
And one of the beautiful things is you can see the hand of the craftsman in there. We love it. What's the story on this little chest, Bill?
That's got the nice motifs on it, and I believe the hinges are all handmade as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting piece.
It had clear age, crackling paint.
That's a desirable piece. What would you want for that?
I probably need about $350 at least for that one.
Jesus, you're steep.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, but we're selling it, remember? We're not collecting it. If I'm buying it to sell it,
Yeah.
I got to get it at 200, 250 max.
Anything that's really, really good is hard to pick. Heritage is becoming important to some of the people that probably didn't grow up with the items. It's becoming competitive because people are getting to know what it's worth.
So you're not prepared to move on this orange chest?
300. I said 350. 300.
Bill's prices are at the top of the market.
Hey, Bill, I was paying $10 a pop for these in Denmark. I could buy as many as I want.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a bread cutter.
Oh, right, right.
But they use them as a bookcase for holding your books on. It works perfectly. What would you want for one of those?
I probably need $50 for it.
50.
Yeah.
Bill, you give me your finger. Yeah. I want to soften you up a little bit here. Prices are a little strong, but I'm still encouraged because there's enough good things here. Bill, can I ask you about this sled here? That's kind of an interesting piece. What would you want for it?
$50?
Hey, now we're getting somewhere.
Ah, thank you. There, see, we got a deal.
$50 sold. We'll do well on that. We should double our money.
That looks almost like a jam cupboard, Bill.
Yes, I believe it is your jam jelly covered.
What would you need out of something like that?
70?
Shell? It seems pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'd rather be at 50. Would you be at 50?
I'd rather be at 70.
Well, hey, why don't we cut her down the middle?
How about this? Are you a gambling man?
I farm.
Then you're a gambling man.
You are a gambler, yeah.
I'll do this. You pick it heads or tails. If it's heads, it's 70. If it's tails, it's 50.
Let's put it at 60 rather than 50.
You're not a gambler man. Okay, shake his hand at 60. That's good.
All right. Thank you. Hey, I love that.
That might be European. It may be authentically coming with the immigrants.
Oh, what would you want for that?
Oh, give me $20.
There are some great doors here. In
No
fact,
doors. Sheldon,
yeah.
no doors. The problem with Sheldon is he always buys doors and beavers.
How about the one right beside you, Scott? That's rather unique. They're right behind you.
This one.
Yeah.
It's got the real alligator paint on it. Normally, I don't buy doors, I don't like doors, I don't want doors, but that was a really good one.
And it's also got porcupine chewed out on the bottom. Rather unique.
That's hard to do, Scott.
That's hard to do.
We couldn't make that up.
I could make that up. So is the reason you want me to pay a lot of money for it is because of the porcupine chewed it?
No, you can have that for $10.
$10?
Yes.
We just bought a door, Scott. I just shook.
You can't get that paint color without 100 years of wear. It's got nice green color on the backside.
I lost one door. I've got many more.
And I figure with the price we're paying on that stuff, if we can't sell it, we can burn it in the fireplace.
All right, so we'll take you over to another building up. I got the garage.
Sure.
Hey, wow. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Bill, you're not climbing in here very often, I can tell you that.
What is that?
It's the biggest wedding chest box you'll ever see.
Yeah, simple spruce and pine.
Just plank construction top. See what the inside looks like. Bottom's solid. It's a solid piece. $100. Shake his hand. He's not talking.
It's a bit of a challenge to say yes right away.
Yeah, I'm with Scott with that one. I think 100's all we do on that one. Thank you. 100 done on the chest. Let the sun shine. Things are starting to happen.
Hey, Sheldon. Slow. I always think I'd look good in a buffalo coat, but I realize they're not made for short people.
There was enough coat there for you to make some leggings to boot.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff. I'm always hoping every time I come into a new room, I'm going to see a killer item. Yikes.
Oh, wow.
That's a big one.
Yes, it is.
You got to have a big house to put that baby in.
Yes, it is.
But that would have probably been the most important piece of furniture in your house when you had it.
Is it one piece?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful flat to the wall, probably early 20th century, but it was primitive, it was done right.
The interesting part about this one is these doors are made out of a door, cut into 4 pieces.
Homemade, right? just made out of what you had.
You know what the best thing about this is? Its size. You know what the worst thing about this is?
It's
size.
Exactly. You got to have a massive house to put this in, or a store. It'd be great in a store.
Country store?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's get down to brass tacks. What do you need for that?
600.
I'm sold at 600 already, but I got to try and grind them down. That's just the way it is. Would you go 4?
600, I think I got to get out of it.
It's not good to not negotiate. You got to negotiate. We're pickers.
The colors are nice on it, guys.
It is nice.
I don't mind a challenge, to tell you the truth. It's part of the game. 550. And that will be my rock bottom.
Will it?
Yes. Oh, I enjoy the game. Yes, I do. Very much so. Yeah, yeah.
Because my friend was giving me the old 5-finger salute over there.
$550. $50 more.
Now it's the moment of truth, and I'm looking at Scott to see, are we going to go for this thing, or is it just too big to maneuver?
I think we could do 550 on that.
It's a deal. It all works out in the long run.
And the fact you're delivering it to Calgary, I mean,
That's right.
that's a little heavier than I thought it would.
That's a fun old thing, isn't it? Somebody could turn that into a coffee table. Hell, the handle's worth $10.
We can come back tomorrow and grab the rest of it.
With the proper truck. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, and I'm thinking it's going into a store rather than a house.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Bill. It's been a pleasure.
See you
Have
later.
a good trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was good.
I think when it all gets back to the warehouse, I think we're going to be really happy with our load today.
Man, these are the biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life.
Maybe one of these towns should have just a giant mosquito. We are on our way to one of the 7 wonders of the northern Alberta world.
And why are we going right when it said Calgary the other way, didn't it?
But I want to take you to town and show you those mushrooms.
We're going to see the world's biggest stool.
There are the mushrooms.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You cannot be serious.
Hey, come on, they're mushrooms. That's a tourist trap, that thing.
I'm guessing tens of people per year come by to see that one.
That's truly Canadian.
Well, one good thing is the weather's a heck of a lot better here than it was in Edmonton. If nothing else, it might be a good omen.
So where are we going?
We're going to Gio's building. Gio's a hairstylist. Gio is the guy that my buddy recommended because I mentioned that we had a guy looking for some signs.
Look at this building, eh? Hey, well, this should be good.
Yeah. See, do I need a haircut? I think I do.
I'm okay today.
Not a little bit above the ears?
Yeah. There's some goodies here. Wow. I was totally amazed to find all those signs in such an unlikely setting. Hey, Sheldon.
Sheldon?
And Scott.
Scott.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. I need a haircut. And I thought you might have a few signs here from what I hear.
I can help you out with both, but mostly the haircut.
Does that mean you're not really a motivated seller?
I can see they're all screwed down.
They're not going anywhere. These particular ones, anyway.
My initial reaction is we're hooped.
I have some on the other side that I haven't put up yet.
Do you?
Yeah, would you like to take a look at them?
Yeah. Can we take our coat off?
You bet.
One of the great things about Gio is he is making his collection a part of his environment. Wow, do you have signs?
Yeah, there's some goodies here. Wow.
Yeah, I've been collecting for about 30 years or so.
Holy cow.
I live and work and play out of the same space, which keeps it really simple. I try not to do a beauty salon or a barber shop. I try and create something in between. A hair joint.
Love it, a hair joint. Scott, check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Neat.
That is so great.
That is just incredible, that neon. It has everything going for it. That red is bold, condition is perfect.
It's got that Art Deco look to it. I take it that's not going to be for sale.
I don't know if the price is right, if I get the right amount of money for it.
What's the right price? Because I love that.
Pretty close to 15.
I see you got a Coke flange over there and another one on the floor. Flanges are very interesting advertising collectibles because they would have been screwed to the outside of the building so you could see the signage from either side you were coming down the street. So to get them in good condition is very difficult because every kid that came along picked up a rock and threw it at the sign. This one's probably into the 50s is my guess. 41 for this one.
39.
39, so that's the earlier one. When you have the green around the outside, that means it's the earlier one. Would you be interested in parting with them if the price was right?
If the price was right.
And what would the right price be?
Well, you tell me.
I'm thinking $1,000 a piece. That's a pretty fair offer.
I'm pretty attached to them. I'll have to say 1,500 a piece.
But we were out.
They can't replace them though, right?
Well, you can. It's hard though. Gio's not so much a tough negotiator as an unmotivated seller. He's a smart guy. Is that for sale?
Sorry.
Okay. So you're not selling that?
No, sorry. I'm attached to them.
What about this? Would you part with that?
No.
No.
I've been living with them for a while now. It's just like family.
Hey, I see something that brings back some memories. I love that.
Very historic ski hill in Alberta.
Yeah, exactly. Brings back some memories from my youth. Would you part with that, Gio?
Yeah.
What would you want for that?
Make me an offer.
What about 150?
Sure. Sold.
Hey, that was easy, and now we broke the ice.
I'm getting hopeful here.
Yeah. Now the ball is rolling.
This one's got the blue, it's got the yellow. That's a beaut. It's a pig. If it was in great condition, I could see this going 7,000, maybe even higher. Sold! Would you sell it?
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, geez, I was ready to shake. So we're grinding, we're wheeling, we're dealing. We're trying to buy some signs here.
Mauricio!
And how dare somebody come in and want a haircut? Right as we're doing some business. Turns out to be good timing so we can strategize.
This is one of the more desirable Texaco signs.
I think our buddy would love that.
Yeah, this is as good as you're gonna see this sign if you don't find it mint. I've seen that sign many, many times before. It's usually beat. And they often got shot because the middle of the star on the Texaco is a perfect point for somebody to practice their aim. We got a buyer for just that sign.
I would really love to leave with that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the sign. I'm concerned we're not gonna make any money off it.
I'd like to run 1,200 by him. Or if we're close again on another big guy, we offer 25 for the two or whatever the case. So, yeah. I think our buddy would love that.
That would be perfect.
Had the second star originally, right? But
yeah, one on either side. Yeah, this would have hung outside the gas station, right?
this one, the individual letters, porcelain on steel, good heavy ones. I know it's very desirable. I don't know if he's going to part with it, but we
got to try them all.
Yeah. Hey, Gio, you all done?
All done.
We've been spending money and you aren't even here.
Whose money you spending?
His.
Oh.
We've decided we're going to make you an offer you cannot refuse. That.
The two Coke ones that we've already tried you on, but maybe we can sweeten the pot a little.
And Texaco.
So, we're thinking 6,500.
For everything?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Oh, I thought maybe just for the Texaco.
We were going nowhere. Gio was just not budging.
But I'm not giving up that easy. What would your best be on the meats? How about if we went 22 for the pair?
Hey, now
12 for that, 1,000 for that.
Now that's getting generous.
Sure.
Done.
I'll do that.
Done.
Give my buddy a call that was looking for the Texaco sign, and he's excited. He asked me what else he has. I explained to him a few of the signs, including the big Chevrolet sign, and he goes, what? I've been looking for years for that. I want that sign. I wanted to make sure we got the sign, so I thought I'd soften Gio up by paying him for a haircut. Just a little bit off the bottom here.
Come on, Gio, give him his money's worth. When was the last time you ran a comb through that? I'm really enjoying this. Thanks for showing us a couple of signs there, Gio. Do you do dreadlocks?
There you go, you're tuned up.
Beautiful.
All right, well, time to go and make the deal. I love when Scott's smiling.
Made a call. You know you didn't want to sell it, but you're gonna have to give me a stupid number on it.
$7 grand. That's stupid enough?
Ow! That hurt. Come on, you know that's way too much money for this sign. We go 4.
55.
For us to make any money off it, we gotta buy it from you at 5.
Chevrolet.
If it was mint, I'd be jumping at 7 grand.
Give it a good home?
Give it a good home.
Okay.
We got a deal. Wow.
Hey, thanks a lot, Gio. We'll go get some packing.
This isn't that bad, this one. It's a bit awkward, but it's not too heavy.
Guys are great. The guys share the same passion that I do for these signs.
It's a great sign. It's a 4-color, big dealer sign. That is a good one.
Just a classic. I love it. Good image. Our bank account has now got a haircut.
Yeah. We'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And you're more than welcome.
Thanks
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. We made a new friend, drove away with some great signs. Doesn't get any better than that. Only wish I had hair that he could have cut.
He could have given you a bowler. Look at the great owl over there.
Oh, what a glorious day to be heading out to the foothill.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that landscape over there. Look at, you can see the mountains clear as day.
Did you realize in the 1930s you could still homestead at Millerville?
Seriously?
Yeah, it was an agreement with the government. You broke the land, you worked it for a certain time period, and you received it as a gift.
Wow.
So we're going to see Veronica today. That should be interesting.
You haven't seen Veronica probably 15 years.
Oh, you knew her late husband.
Yeah, he truly was a jack of all trades and master of all trades.
When she called me, she said, there are a lot of tools. There's a lot of everything.
But we got to be careful too, because she wants to move volume.
Hey, this is the place.
Wow, this is nice. Very secluded.
Let's go meet Veronica.
Hi, bud. How are you?
Hi,
Hi, Veronica.
I'm Sheldon.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Alex.
you.
Alex,
My
nice
son
to meet you.
Alex. He's my youngest son.
How are you?
Good. You're doing a bit of work here.
We're definitely under construction.
Hey, I'd be happy to be living here in a teepee.
So did you do most of the work yourself?
Michael did. Michael designed the house and he built all this.
I knew Mike years and years ago.
Yeah, I know.
We used to have some fun together.
Yeah, all you guys were pickers and
We picked up tools, we just give them to him.
so
The
that's where he
tools.
got them all, eh?
Yeah.
That's where they came from.
Guilty as charged.
He has tools.
Lead on.
Okay.
Love your dog.
Yeah, this is Pacho
Ah.
and a donkey named Charlie and my horse is Monty.
And if there's anything off limits, just tell us, because otherwise
Sure.
I'll be digging through it.
Okay, so this is all the stuff. Michael's man cave, if you like.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
My first impression, there's quantity, there's quality, and that's what I like to see.
It's my husband's collection. He was a picker for 40 years.
Look at all the Stanley. Wow.
He did a lot of woodworking and he was so totally immersed in it.
You really need a week to do this, not a day. This sign shell.
That's a good one, isn't
That's
it?
an old woodwork. We'll have
Yeah.
to have that.
Shell, Scott?
You see that sewing machine up at the back, Shell?
Oh, the Royal
Hobbyist.
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 So just ask and I'll let you know.
The adrenaline starts flowing, especially when you get into a good pick like this.
I love this box. Water gremlin. And look, a homemade fishing lure in it. Did you see the double-sided anvil over there?
No, but I'm looking at these really nice toolboxes here.
Well, there's actually one we couldn't even open.
Is that this big one here?
The big one in the front.
I know who sold that to him about 15 years ago.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah. I can tell you what was in it when I saw it. It was full of finishing carpenter's tools. And I would probably, just for fun, I'd step up on this one and I'd give you 6 unopened. We could open this up and it could be filled with lead.
That's right. I know.
Right.
I know.
The worst we're gonna do is lose $400 and we might hit a bingo.
I'm a carpenter myself, so
Oh,
something
okay.
like that is.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hang on to that.
Hey, I just thought it'd be fun to take a chance. You know what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do a little bit of looking.
Okay.
Scott and I wanted to package things.
That would give us a sense as to how we want to approach the whole buy and what you want out of it, right?
We thought it might make it easier for Veronica to sell. This is incredible, Scott.
You know, this is all good saleable stuff. I think we just put a big pile of stuff together.
Yeah, and come up with a good, healthy offer.
Yeah. Sheldon, you got a toothache? Maybe I can do a little work on you. Look at my tool of choice.
I'll live with the pain, Scott.
Mike never threw anything away, organized it all because he always had a use for it someday.
The little wonder torch.
Yeah.
It's a little mini blowtorch.
Isn't it sweet?
It really is.
Yeah.
You know me with sleds.
Yeah, I know. Mike made that one.
Boy, he was good, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He
What
was
a craftsman.
It was a little bit sort of apprehensive because I thought, oh, goodness me, you know, they're sort of zooming in on some of the nice stuff.
Look at this, Scott.
Is that a John Deere one?
It's a Canadian one.
It's a tractor lawn sprinkler.
Yeah, it's a beauty. I think we got to add that to the
Oh,
pile.
absolutely. I either need you to help me with this or pick up my body. I have to have this. That is a beaut. And you know what? This ain't a sewing machine, Shell. It's a bandsaw. But if ever there was a good one, this is it.
There we go.
Okay, so we just got to grease it up and get it moving.
Oh, yeah, she could work again very easily.
Oh, my goodness. We have one thing here that's not for sale.
We thought that might happen, but we didn't know whether he had made a bunch of them.
No, Michael made it for his grandson.
Sometimes you're dealing with not just a commercial transaction, sentiments and attachments run high.
Why don't we grab that one and we'll take it away?
Here,
Okay.
I'll put it back where it came from. And I think we were battling that a little bit here today.
I see you've got the little,
You know,
yeah.
the only reason I'm even interested in offering on it is because I hauled it down and it was heavy.
Yes, I know, I know. You were actually the bravest of them all.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, Scott, I think I'll hold on to that because I know there were some very interested parties.
What do you think they'd pay you for it?
They were talking in the hundreds.
Well, we are too.
You know, of 700.
Not that many hundreds.
Yeah.
So pretty much pulled out what we were interested on this table here. I thought we'd maybe making an offer on this bundle of goodies.
Everything that's from the door in that's in our pile. And if there's anything that you don't want to sell, just let us know and we can pull it
Okay.
out. Put it this way. We tried to put together a critical mass that it would at least be a decent dollar for you. Because if we offer you $100 on that sign, you might say, well, $100, I might want to keep it. But if we offered you $1,000 on everything, that might say, oh, that's reasonable.
$1,000 on everything? Absolutely no.
Okay?
No, there's way more than $1,000.
Okay. I can tell that Veronica's getting nervous.
The watering tractor, I was thinking of using that because it's self-propelled.
Their eyes are going from item to item of things that she didn't really want to part with. For us, that's one of the key pieces.
Yeah, is
in
that
the
right?
deal.
Yeah. You'd have to offer me a lot of money to keep that.
What's a lot of money?
I don't know. That's the problem. I have a big problem here. I should have spent months sort of researching all this. I would rather do it piece by piece. There are a lot of gems that are hidden. I mean, that tin alone there is worth bucks. And sometimes the one gem can be, you know, the value of the entire table.
That's a nice
This
stuff.
is a tough way to do this.
This has got to work for us,
Yes.
but most
That's
importantly,
gotta
it
work
has
for
to
me.
work for you, Veronica.
Okay. Basically, it is all up for grabs, but, you know, I want a decent price for it.
Well, I think we have to recalibrate that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Why don't we ask her about the pieces that we haven't included then?
Sure.
We thought when we came in that Veronica's prime motivation was to get rid of large quantities of stuff quickly. I'm just gonna peek in here while we're walking. In fact, it's not. It's to maximize the amount of money per item that she gets. $10 on this?
No.
So we just decide, let's pick the items we can sell, we can make money on. Maybe we'll both be happy at the end of the day. I see something I like right here. Is that something you'd part with?
Okay, we don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either, but I know what it's gonna be. Sand it down, turn it sideways, put a piece of glass on it. It's gonna be a coffee table.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah. What I really think was going through her mind was, once we told her about the coffee table, she thought she had a use for that. What would you need out of it? You
As
and I are
much as
both...
I can get, as much as I can get. Come on.
Oh no, this is the way it's gonna be.
Hey, what do you think then? I am definitely a sentimental person, but I'm trying to declutter.
Shell, what do you think?
We might as well start now.
150 bucks?
You're way up above me, buddy. That's what I'd sell it for once it was done.
Well, it's totally unique.
It is totally unique.
We're trying to be fair here.
But I like the idea of that price.
I'm sure you do.
Fair to Veronica, fair to ourselves, because we are here to make a buck.
I was gonna say 50 bucks. It cost us 50 bucks to get a piece of glass.
Well,
cut
that's
for it.
true.
Why don't we say 65?
Done.
Hey, that's a good deal.
Done. It's pretty hard for me to negotiate hard when you said 150 in the first place.
David, I like that.
I really like your bicycle.
Isn't that sweet?
Calgary Cycle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No wonder he saved it.
Yeah, you know, Mike had a soft spot for stuff like
Yeah.
that. Men's bikes are way harder to come by than women's because men beat the rat out of them. For us to buy that bike, Shell,
Yeah.
I'm thinking 100 bucks.
100's a good solid offer.
100's a solid
I
offer.
think that's a good
You
offer.
think it's a good offer?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
done.
Done. Somehow or other, piece by piece by piece, that seems to be more successful. The sign.
That's the Philip Morris sign.
It was the kind of thing somebody that had a loft would hang that in the place of a piece of art. I'll give you 100 bucks for it, sell it for 150.
Alex?
I think you should push for at least 10 this time.
All right, 110.
105. 105, she said.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Everybody's happy. Veronica, is that a butcher block?
Yes, it is. A fabulous butcher block.
Oh, it is,
Wow,
too.
let's go take a look.
Man, has it ever had some use? Look at that.
Yeah.
I bet you that's, what, 200-300 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Every bit of that, yeah.
I love the fact that it says Sault Ste. Marie. It's a good piece of Canadiana, and they're always popular. This is a good one. Is this something you'd sell?
I'd like at least 400 plus.
At least 400 and then
400
plus.
and plus.
Yeah.
400
I know.
plus.
What about 405?
405 again. Okay.
Wow, no problem. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, we've got some packing up to do.
It's been a great day. It's been a fun day, and I'm happy to see it go. And I think it's going to a bunch of guys who are going to put it in the right place, and that's good.
Normally, I'd say we made a dent, but there's so much here, Veronica. I'm not.
You made a small dent, you have to come back. Sure.
I was a bit nervous about this pick coming in because Mike was a friend of mine. I think we got the best of both worlds. Got some stuff, we gave her some money.
There's a lot left, and we'll be back here to pick again. That was a lot of fun.
That was.
Good seeing you again. It's been a long time. So, you're a hard one.
I was taught well by Michael. But anyway, come back.
Love to.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
See you later. The donkey, the burro. He's a big burro. They can be mean bastards, those things.
I know you fought with the wild turkey. Now you're telling me you've had it out with the donkey as well?
I've seen what donkeys can do. They use them as guard dogs.
Oh, yeah. I'd bet on the donkey. Of course, I often bet on the donkey. Watch it, there's raccoons in there. Louie, Louie, Louie! The mother load. Wow, this is a candy store. Whoa, whoa, watch it.
That's pretty cool.
Come on, Susie, it's just me.
It's a tough call whether it's easier to milk that cow or easier to buy from you. Whoa, there's a beauty. You can tell who played the French horn.
I think they're worth $20,000 for the pair of them.
He said $20,000.
I just don't think we should walk away from the two best things we've ever seen. Whew. I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
I'm just pumped we're here in Quebec. This is great, isn't it? It's beautiful here. This is a horsey part of the world. There's something like 1 horse for every 4 people here.
Where there's horses, there's horse events. Apparently, this area has one of the top horse meets in Canada. Spruce Meadows is probably #1, but
Personally, I never touch horse meat myself, but...
that's a terrible pun.
So what have we got lined up on the picks?
We started in Montreal. We're gonna go down to Ormston. This is one of my favorite areas right here. And then we're gonna be going to Saint Justine.
This is horse country, and we've done this area before. We've always been successful.
My experience with guys that like horses is they have all kinds of stuff. And that's my hope, is that we're gonna find some stuff that's gonna be way outside their realm, but in ours. You're driving?
I'm driving.
Okay. We're heading to Ormston. This town's particularly appropriate for you, Sheldon, because it was home of one of the most infamous insane asylums in Canada.
Merci for that.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Louis?
We're going to see Louis. He's got a house, a cottage, and a garage all filled with stuff.
Bit of a junker is Louis?
He's a picker. I think he's a bit of a collector because he's got a bunch of mint in box stuff. Look at that great old tractor. Beauty, International Harvester.
Could be Louis right here.
Oh, look at the motorcycle. Barn fresh motorcycle. Turn around, let's go back. Let's go. It's usually pretty easy to spot a collector's place. There's always something outside of the house that'll pique your interest. You must be Louis.
Yes, I am.
Scott.
Hi, Louis.
Nice to meet you.
So what's the story?
I've been collecting for the last 30 years. I collect anything antique that's interesting. You tend to fill the spaces that you have available. So I had bought this house and then bought this second house.
Oh, okay.
After a while, you end up with tons of stuff.
Oh, that's a nice little Lambretta, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful.
This is a 150cc.
1950s?
58, probably.
Yeah. Can I take it for a spin?
Sure. That's it. If he wants to drive it to Alberta, it's going to take a while. It could make it, probably.
I have a very strong preservation gene, so I always let Scott do the riding, the climbing, all the dangerous tasks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One of the first things Sheldon and I try to do is gauge the level at which this guy wants to sell. Yeah, what's it worth?
Close to $5 grand. This was my way of testing him also.
Well, why don't we see what you got inside? Holy cow!
A bit of everything.
Wow, you got the clock going, Westminster chimes and everything. Oh, these are great. Louis had a great little collection of toys there. There were dinky toys in the box. There were corgi toys in the box. Oh, geez. Huh. You got some trains here.
Yes.
There were some nice pre-war Lionel trains. Do you have a sense, what are you looking for these trains?
But, well, I remember what I paid for them, so...
Well, that's very important sometimes.
So, like I say...
Do you have an idea as to what you're looking at for all of them?
Make me an offer.
I want you to make the first offer.
Start?
I want you to make the first offer, and then I don't want to make an offer that's low and he gets upset, because that could turn the negotiations for the entire day and all the rest of the stuff.
I know the prices, and I do research all the time. There's about $8,000 worth of
Whoa, is there really?
Oh yeah, easy.
We are out on that at $8,000, so I don't even have to make an offer. We may have some difficulty buying the stuff, so we're sort of hoping we'll see some things that he isn't that fond of that we can maybe buy at a good price. Hey, Sheldon, how do you like these?
Oh, Scott, you need to own those.
Are those mine or what? Great little pair from the 20s or 30s. They look really cool. They're the kind of thing you could throw on your motorcycle. You wouldn't want to drive too far because you can't see very well through them, but you'd look pretty good.
And you can adjust the arms.
What would you want for those?
20 bucks.
Start the ball rolling.
Sold?
Not even negotiating it.
Whoa. This is an artist that I recognize. Yeah, David E. Kavik.
I know a little bit about Inuit carvings, but Sheldon knows a lot about Inuit carvings.
I can spot a David E. Kavik from across the room. He always makes the shapes of heads very unusual. You know why I recognize he did the eyes very distinctly.
Yeah.
Trying to keep my emotions under temper there, not to be too excited about it. I'll cut to the chase on it with you, Louis. It's the sort of thing that I would pay $500 for. Does that entice you?
I need to be a bit higher.
What are you thinking price-wise?
They're pickers, they know their stuff. I understand that they try to pay as less as possible. I need about 7.
That's a little too rich to turn over a profit.
Yeah.
For us. We're Canadians. We're the most polite people in the world. And we also come from a culture that's not used to bargaining.
Well, I'm thinking, you see, I'm trying to put together a package where we can maybe walk away with our soapstone, but not be in it for more than we want to be in it for.
It just so happens in the antiques and collectibles game that everything's up for negotiations.
I'm super interested in that.
Yeah.
It's seltzer water, and it's the dog spraying the cat with seltzer water. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Great image.
What do you think you need out of that?
20 bucks?
See, that's a really fair price, I think.
No one deals the same way, I find. That's the thing with years, you understand how people deal.
What about that, Louis?
Whoa.
It's a nice piece of glass.
It's got the fleur-de-lis.
I really like the fact that the center panel, little diamond, is clear. Sometimes people want to have a little bit of a view outside as well, so that's a good piece.
Shell,
yeah.
If we were to go this and these.
Their style was very interesting.
You know, I'm thinking, would you go, Well, I was thinking like 7, to give him his 7.
I think we're there.
That sounds
7
good.
for the pot.
That sounds good.
Excellent, you're a good man. I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Thanks, Louis. Bingo. That's good for us.
We'll double our money and probably triple out on that.
I like to buy stuff that's different. You don't see anywhere else.
Yeah, you have some unusual things
That's
here.
what I
Louis.
like, you know. That's a bit my specialty, you know.
That's a real cool little piece.
Yeah.
Motorcycle build. Probably from the 40s or 50s, that's sort of the height of the Harley-Davidson craze on motorcycles. I think I'd have to put about 6 more inches of strap on there to get it around me. There's no way I was getting into that belt.
I was thinking around 200.
That is about what we could get for it at a motorcycle swap meet. I was hoping you were gonna say 100, and I was gonna go 75. Like, we're a long way apart.
Let's go 125.
I'd be really pushing it to go 100 on it.
Okay, 100 is good.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
excellent. I'm curious, what's in the barn?
Well, all kinds of stuff. It's a bit embarrassing there, but I don't normally show this space to show my old garage full of junk.
Whoa!
It's just jammed to the rafters.
Wow.
What can I say?
I got a hold of it.
My climbing juices kick in and I want to start rummaging around because I'm just sensing there's something good in there. Yeah! Let's go digging. What's up here? Holy Louie! Louie, Louie, Louie!
Watch it, there's raccoons in there.
Oh, great. Does a raccoon bite?
Yes.
It does. You see that cage next to you? I've been trying to catch it.
Oh, shit.
They carry rabies, too.
Oh, great. And it was like, I'm in the wrong place on the wrong day. Whoa, whoa, watch it. Scott, if I don't make it, tell my family I love them. Look at this thing. It's a mold to make snowshoes.
Wow. Don't you love the smell of mold in the morning? I've never seen a snowshoe mold before. Wasn't really sure how they made them. Now I know.
They would steam the piece of wood, bend it over, and then put
the pegs in.
Yeah.
There's lots of snowshoes around, but there's not too many molds to make
No,
them.
you don't see them often.
Yeah. Do you have any for the right snowshoe?
The left and right, this is
So what would something like that cost?
200 because of rarity, you know.
It's just a crude block, but
Yeah, but try and find it, yeah. Those to me are very rare, and the provenance and the story around it.
how about $100, Louis?
Meet me halfway.
100 a quarter, but you got to throw in the other snowshoe parts.
Okay,
Done.
deal.
Man, you got some really weird things
I try
here.
to have stuff that's different, you know.
I see you got a predicted TV here.
Yeah, it lights up, but
Doesn't work. I'd like to get a better look at it out there.
you know what I saw on the internet? Some people actually put a computer screen in them.
Very short period of time that they made them. I buy every Philco Predicta I can find because you can sell them as a doorstop. They're that cool. What are you looking to get out of it?
Normally in this condition, they go for 400, even in this condition.
I mean, I'd go 150 on it just because it's a bit of a flyer. It could be nothing more than a big doorstop.
175?
Oh, you're getting hard, are you?
He can be a tough bargainer, but I can be too.
Tell you what, you got a little tobacco cutter inside that I saw that wasn't very expensive. How about 175? You throw the tobacco cutter in.
Deal.
Perfect.
Oh, you guys really stashed it, didn't you?
Is he stuck somewhere?
Man, it's like a treasure hunt.
I found another snowshoe thing, Shel.
Snowshoe mold?
Yeah, another one.
I found a sled, Scott. It's bloody well buried in here. Scott, are you available for me to hand you something?
As soon as I come over here with this snowshoe thing, I'll come in. What do you need?
I think I've contorted myself into a pretzel form.
Oh, good for you.
And I can't move.
Yeah, well, it's usually me doing it, so it's about time. Oh, wow. It's a sled I've not seen before.
You could actually stand on one.
Oh, you stand
This,
on that thing?
And then you just go like this, and it acts like a skate.
And that's why we're here in Quebec looking for something that we've never seen in our own marketplace. What do you want for that, Louis?
I was asking about 150, but make me an offer.
50 bucks.
80,
60.
70. Deal.
Merci.
That was like just a game you guys are doing. I'm really happy with the way Louis is dealing with us. He's playing ball with the pickers. What about the mate to our snowshoe mold?
50.
50 extra? Oh, we got to do that. Shake the man's hand for 50 bucks.
There you go. Making space for new stuff, and I get fresh money to buy some more. Don't forget your glasses.
Oh, yeah, I got to take my glasses. Thank you.
It was good picking.
I could weld with these, you know?
Yeah, well, you just can't drive with those. Today was just one of those days where all the stars aligned. We got a real mixed bag, which I love.
Maybe I can get this in here. The things we bought from Louis, you could literally take what we bought, set it up at a show, and you'd have the most interesting booth at the show. It was that cool. It was that different.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, it was a great time, great stuff.
Merci.
Bienvenue.
Now you have to come and visit us in Alberta.
For sure.
We'll return the favor. We'll sell you some stuff cheap.
Drive safely.
Thank you. Hey, well, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I really like those snowshoe forms. Bend it around, put the pegs in, let it dry. Put a piece of glass over top of it, and that's going to be one of the greatest coffee tables that you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Who would be your favorite explorer? My favorite explorer? That would be Cartier, probably. Captain Cook. Jacques Cousteau. Captain Vancouver. James T. Kirk. Laura Croft Tomb Raider? How about that? Laura Croft. She's definitely the best looking explorer. You've never even seen it, have you? Like, you have never even seen Star Trek.
No.
You've never seen Star Wars.
Getting an education traveling with you, Scott.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a guy called Gordy, who's got lots of farm implements, but really unusual ones. So he's owned the farm for 60, 70 years, the dairy farm.
Oh, dairy.
And I bet you this is it right here.
I'm gonna turn here. Oh, look at the phone booth. Great phone booth.
He's got an English telephone booth. A rare So there is a little hint there. We might be seeing some good stuff.
Oh, look at all the signs.
I'm guessing that's Gord right there. Let's go meet him.
You must be Gord.
Yeah?
Scott, how are you?
Good.
Sheldon?
Hi, Gord. Nice to meet you.
Wow, you've got some great stuff in there. Can we take a look?
Sounds good.
Wow.
Holy smokes, you got stock.
A smorgasbord.
Yeah.
So what's the story here?
Well, I would describe myself as a collector. I think I started probably with the first back in '69. At that time, actually, people thought I was crazy when I bought the first gas engine and dragged it home for $22. They laughed at me.
Oh, look at the tractor seats.
Yeah, a ton of them.
Great lover of all kinds of old machinery and tools and stuff like that.
And I'm happy, because this guy's got inventory.
And I can see the walls are covered with advertising signs, so I'm excited at this point.
I see you got a cannon. Would that be for sale?
No, I'm afraid that's part of my collection. That gives you something else to think about besides work. 6.5 days a week.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Beauty.
I spotted about 10 pieces immediately. Would you sell either of your Red Indian pieces? That's the top of the market. If he was selling those, he was selling everything. I asked him about the Red Indian pieces.
No, those are part of the collection.
Yeah? Why don't you stay down here? We'll wander up and hold things up to you, and you can tell us if it's for sale or not.
Whoa, that's good, eh, Scott?
Oh, you've had that for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Molson's, isn't it?
Yeah. Great sign, not in great condition, but a rare sign. Would that be for sale?
No, I don't think so. Oh, there's some things that I would let go, but I still have a soft spot in my heart for a lot of the things I have.
You can't fault me for trying.
If you don't ask, you don't find out.
Looks like you got every year of Quebec license plates too here, Gord.
One of the neighbors gave me those one time.
Want to part with the box?
That's a good question.
Hey, you got a double of that Red Indian sign up there. Are you selling doubles?
Not the Red Indian.
Oh, you're killing me, Gord. You're killing me.
I like the fact that he leans towards collecting good Canadian pieces. I'm just stymied that we can't buy anything.
I hate seeing things screwed to the wall because that means they're not likely for sale. Now, I'm going to cut to the chase here because there's a ton of things we'd make an offer on here. Is any of the stuff up here for sale?
Most of that stuff is part of my collection, really. There's some other farm implements over in the other shed there if you're interested in looking at that stuff.
Gordon tells us he's got some unusual farm accessories, so I'm happy to look and maybe even learn something. What's going on here, Gord?
Oh, that's a John Deere. John Deere manufactured it. That's for making potatoes for planting.
Do you have a potato?
We'll try cutting 2 of them there and see how it goes.
Stand back, guys.
Yeah, let her go. There you go.
Oh, isn't that slick? Wow. Early automation. That saved somebody a lot of work sitting there doing it by hand. Hey, we could go in the French fry business.
Yeah.
John Deere is a great name. Anything that says John Deere on it's worth $200. So what would you need out of 2 pickers for a potato, whatever you want to call it?
I'm not really sure of the top dollar on that.
Well, we're not even interested in the top dollar.
Probably something around 1,800 might take it.
Whoa! And that ain't no small potato. Gord, you put your finger right there.
And we'll negotiate the price.
Hey, Gordon.
Yeah?
What's this contraption up here?
Oh, that's a lawnmower.
That's another museum piece.
Yeah, there's not too many of those around.
Gordon's an interesting guy. He had some really curious farm implements. What's his contraption
That's
here?
a dog power. Some people call them a goat power, but around this area, there were always dogs that run them.
You put the poor dog in here, you strap him in, he walks on this thing, turns the wheel, and away it goes. I just don't know what to say, Sheldon.
And that's a rare occasion, Scotty, when you're at a loss for words. When you started your dairy operation, you weren't milking by hand here, were you?
We moved here in 1941, and my father had a milking machine put in here.
This is like an early rowing machine, right?
Yeah.
You just go like that
Yeah.
and milk.
And that's giving you your suction.
Yep. I think you could retrofit that, you know, and you could be making your milkshake and getting a workout at the same time. Wow. Amazing.
We left town this morning saying, boy, I wonder if there's a good milking machine to be bought.
I didn't say this one was for sale, no.
Oh, right, okay. It's looking kind of tough, but we want to dig hard and mine this place.
Do you have another place we can look at that maybe has some more, how can I say it, ready for market items? Oh, I can see some stuff I like already.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I tell you what we'd love to have.
I was just looking at that. I want
nickel
that digger.
Yeah. Cost you a nickel. Then you became a crane operator for a few seconds. You tried to pick up a little cellophane wrapper with 5 more nickels in it.
If you went for 2 nickels, you could almost get 2 every single time. But when you went for the 5, you lost every time. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered.
Yeah, but that could be a little costly to take that one home. That's one of those soft spots in my heart.
Oh, is it? Does it work?
As far as I know, all the parts are there for it, but I've never had it working.
That's a beaut.
You know, if you really twisted my arm at about 3,500 or something.
It is for sale, but the price is outrageous for us.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of thing I'd pay 2,500 bucks for, even in that condition. It's a good one.
I'd have to do some thinking on that. I know if you twisted my arm hard enough, like 3,500, you know.
That's not twisting, that's feeding you what you want to eat for dinner.
Who's twisting whom here?
There is what we call the Bermuda Triangle for pickers. That's when you got a guy that loves his stuff, isn't motivated to sell, and doesn't need the money. Finally, I spot a tin, and I can't believe my eyes when I see it. Gordon, I found a tin that I'd like to ask you about. One of the rarest by far. I've seen about 4 or 5 of them in my life, and most of them are torched. It's a great Canadian tin, Rock City Tobacco Company.
Wait till I clean the dirt off. Maybe it'll improve the price, will it?
I don't want you to do that because you might take some of the litho with it when you're doing it. For me, tin lithography tells the history of Canada. It tells what people were thinking about at particular points in time.
You'd have to twist my arm awful hard, I guess, before it would ever interest me on selling it.
Can you just give me a minute? I want to talk to Sheldon for just a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Pocket tins are the rarest of all the tins. All the most expensive tins are pocket tins. That's a really good tin. Like, that's one of the top 5 pocket tins. I'm gonna make a big number offer on that if it's okay with you.
Oh yeah, and he's not a tin guy. He might be convinced.
He doesn't need the money. And he's made it very clear that if he likes something, he's not selling it. So I'm gonna try and just bang. Gordon, I know you don't want to sell it. And I'd be lying to you if I told you it wasn't a great tin, because it is. It's a great tin. I don't know what you're expecting, but I'm going to offer you $1,000 on it. Sometimes at an auction sale, if you want something, when the auctioneer says, can I get 1,000? You put your hand up, put 1,000 out, you take everyone else out of the game.
100%.
I'll consider it. Even though it's sitting there, you know, and not in a special place, it's still part of my collection.
I love it. I'd love to own it. That's why I'm making you an offer like that. I wanted to give him enough time to think about it, but then what I wanted to do was just sort of stick my hand out and give him the option of shaking my hand. $1,000?
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. I'm real happy with that. And I think you should be too. It was just a feeling of ecstasy to know that we now own that tin.
I think we're done here, except for one thing.
Hey, bud.
Now, does this girl have a name?
Probably does.
To you, it's called Milk.
Yeah. So you just sit down, see, and squeeze like that.
Piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake if you know what you're doing.
So you think you can milk one like that?
Sure, why not give her a go? Come on, Susie. It's just me.
You have to squeeze them now. You're stripping. Just when you need to be squeezing it.
This is hilarious. Can't even milk a cow.
Scott, get in here. Nice going, Scott.
There's not much coming out.
Enough for your coffee tomorrow morning. That's where we're at right now.
I'm not sure how you do this, man.
It's a tough call whether it's easier to milk that cow or easier to buy from you.
You got a great collection here.
As they say, there's a lot of junk there.
You're a hard guy to deal with sometimes, but at least we got one really good thing off you. And I thank you for that.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did
Had
too.
a good time.
I'll keep in touch.
Good seeing you.
Thanks a lot.
We'll see you guys.
Take a look at that baby. That is a beautiful thing.
It was just sitting there covered in dust too, wasn't it?
I was so frustrated at the start when,
Oh.
no, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. Then I saw that. I haven't seen one that good before, and I'm likely not going to see one that good again.
Yeah. So we're going to see Ken, big-time horse collector. Anything horse-related, Ken's got it in his collection. Buggies, saddles, you name it.
I'm real excited.
What a nice setup they've got going here. Wow.
This is a serious horse place.
Could be a good one.
Hey, Ken, Scott, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Ken.
Nice to meet you.
So what's the story here? You do, obviously, Arabians. We
Yeah,
saw
my
once
wife
we
has a
came
bunch
in.
of horses for the endurance riding and trail riding and stuff, and antiques, buy and sell and collect.
Well, take us to the antiques and collectibles area.
All right, right over there.
Oh, the mother lode.
Wow, stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Carriages, sleighs, and cutters. All kinds of stuff in there. This is a candy store.
Here's a nice little box. Oh, and a piece of advertising on top of it. There's a ton of little knickknacks that I'm prepared to make an offer on.
Oh, isn't that a good tobacco cutter?
When you see that from the first second you walk in the door, you're a happy guy as a picker.
This is a nice buggy here. What's the buggy and cutter market like these days?
Good stuff always sells.
And that's the case throughout the whole collectibles market?
Seems like it.
Geez, look at the little buggy seat.
Cute.
I like to collect anything that's horse-related, in good condition. I really don't know what got me started. I guess it's just the want to buy and sell, just collecting in the meantime. I guess collecting was in the meantime of finishing the buying and selling part.
Is that creepy?
Whoa,
Yikes.
that's got to be what, an elk?
An elk, it looks like, yeah.
I know we're going to have some fun today, and I hope we're going to do some business.
Look at this.
A notch above the ones we see.
We've seen hundreds of cowboy clocks, but this one had a rearing cowboy on it. One of the rarer ones you'll ever see.
150.
I'd sell that for probably $100 and a quarter to $150. I'm saying to myself, okay, we got to see if he's going to negotiate or not. Like, I'd take a flyer on that at 100 just because it's so good.
What do you think, Ken?
Go ahead.
Thanks.
He's willing to deal. This could be a great pick. Hey, I like the beavers. What would you want for them?
20 bucks a piece.
Sold. I've never met a beaver you don't like. Hey, that's a weird whip, isn't it?
Well, the guy riding the horse, that's how he controlled the hounds.
Oh, so this wasn't for the horses and this one's for the hounds.
That's right. That's
No wonder those beagles are always howling.
Whoa.
Scott finds a fox hunting horn.
Here, let me put this in your ear. That's as good as I can do. I'm sorry.
Come on.
You can tell who played the French horn.
Yeah.
I'm the kid in the candy store. Wow, you've got some great stuff in here.
And the place is just loaded with things.
Put your finger in there.
Really good stuff that'll give a lot of people enjoyment in Calgary.
Whoa, there's a beauty.
Nice high back saddle you got there, Ken.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Really good condition, too.
Riley and McCormick, makers, Calgary, Alberta.
That's a pretty saddle.
It's in good shape.
Yeah. This saddle has been well looked after for almost 100 years. Nice high back. There's no patina like leather and a bum rubbing on it for hundreds of hours.
Ah, there's some paper.
Yeah, catalogs from that same company.
Great West Saddlery, harness catalog. That's a Calgary. Oh, another Great West Saddlery.
This is Adams Brothers from Calgary Saddlery.
Oh, okay. 3 old brochures, the Great West Saddlery ones, 2 of them, and the Calgary Saddle Company. There are serious paper collectors out there, and we know them, who will pay good money for those brochures.
These are usually about $50, $75 a piece, $800 for the whole deal.
I was hoping you'd say 700, because that's like sort of the top of our range is 700.
I'm trying to read them all the time to see what they're thinking, and by having to read the 2 of them at the same time, they're working on you on both sides.
We can't be in this for more than 6, and we can't be in these for more than 100 to make any money on them anyway. We've got to take that thing home.
Well, you come a long way, so.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, that is a top-notch saddle.
Good price, and clearly, Kent is motivated to sell.
This would have had a trigger at some time, wouldn't it? Oh, it's a boot jack. It turns into a boot jack. Oh, that's cool.
You need to travel with that, my friend.
Well, that's what I would need it for, is a traveling boot jack. I don't know how many times in our travels people ask us into their house, and it takes me 5 minutes to get my cowboy boots off because I've been tromping through the wet grass or something. What would you want for that little guy?
$25.
Oh.
Where are you going to find another one like that?
You know what? I'll buy it just because
I knew you were going to say
I need to carry it with me, and I'm taking it everywhere I go.
Hey, Scott, you know me, I love an anvil. Look at this one. I got one guy that wants one to use it for some smithing, another guy that needs it for decorations.
You can't get a better decoration than that one.
What do you want out of that, Ken?
We usually get around $300 for them.
We've seen them for as cheap as $75 and as much as $500. You're right in the middle.
Yeah. 2.5. Thank you.
That's a good anvil.
Yeah, Ken, I wanted to ask you about that.
Now this is another beauty. Can I take this down? That is a great piece of advertising. This is something that would have sat in a general store. This is early. This has got to be 1910.
I'm sure it's in that area, yeah.
The Toot Hope Carriage Company Limited. Fabulous advertising with a Roman with 2 horses on the top of it. A thing that got me Calgary, Alberta on it. What would you do for that? And I know you do carriages, so this is going to be a hard one.
Partial to that, but 500 would take it.
Is that your bottom line, or is there any room for negotiation? It's got some water damage. I want to own it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to have to pay for it. I'd snap it up like that at 400.
You would.
It's going to cost me 150 to get the water stains out of it.
No, I don't want to be hard, but 450.
I knew you were going there. I'd already had it in my mind.
Make sure it goes to a good home. I always thought I would never sell it, but he seemed like he liked it so much.
That's just a wonderful piece of advertising.
Scott and I know a conservator that can take that water damage out. That is a unique piece and will look pristine when it's done.
Once you get it all fixed up, if you ever want to cash it in, you always got 500 here.
Yeah, okay. After I spend 400 on it, I got my 500 back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, this is quite a loft you have up here.
There's a little extra space.
Oh, wow.
At the top of the stairs, we see this fabulous old store display horse.
Whoa.
Wow.
Never seen anything quite like it before. This is a fantastic thing, isn't it?
Came from a store in Montreal. It was in the window. Everybody I know saw it.
And you got the other smaller version there.
This was the smaller version. They're selling smaller harness.
Wow, amazing.
Were they together all their lives?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, be ashamed to split them up.
I would think so, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What would you need for something like that?
I think they're worth $20,000 for the pair of them. You know, I didn't want to split them up, but I will sell them for $20,000.
They're so cool.
I don't know that we're going to stick our neck out that far.
Oh, I got to get out of here before I buy these.
It'll be the best thing you've done today.
Yeah, you're probably right.
They got everything going for them.
Except the price.
He just scared us with the price.
Okay, let's pack some stuff up.
This is a great Riley and McCormick.
It really is. Going to be more valuable in Calgary than it is in Quebec. We'll make somebody real happy because I've not seen that one for a long time.
I'm gonna hand you this carriage picture.
You know, I think that might be something that we could get somebody to take a look at. It could be worth a lot more than we paid for.
Doesn't get any more fun than that.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good day.
I really like Ken. He was a cool cucumber to deal with. Played his cards kind of close to the vest. Keep finding all the good stuff.
Okay.
Sheldon, I just want to talk to you for a second.
I know what you're thinking.
I just can't get those horses out of my mind. I'm thinking this is an opportunity we just can't pass up. Those two horses are the best things we've seen in a long time. And a pair of them out of the same historic store in Canada, in Quebec, I hate walking away from that. And I know we're stepping up on them.
He said $20,000.
I mean, that's a ton of money.
I don't think there's much flexibility.
I just don't think we should walk away from the two best things we've ever seen. At least take a shot.
But I'm with you. Let's give it a good
Okay,
shot.
let's do it. There are so many cross collectors for that kind of item. Western guys would want them because you could display a beautiful saddle.
Oh, yeah.
Guys that have current saddlery stores would want them because they're wonderful. There's just a lot of people out in the West that have a lot of money and they want to decorate their houses with things like that.
Ken, we'd like to revisit these horses again.
All right.
So you said 20.
We're not going to insult you.
I don't think it was overpriced.
As an end price, I don't think it's overpriced. But for us to try and buy it and then move it along,
Okay.
it's a bit steep for us. I'm saying to myself, okay, we got to see if he's for real on these, if he's going to negotiate or not. I hope I'm not going to insult you. I'm going to try it on at a lower price.
Right.
I was really thinking 12 grand, 6 each. That's what I was thinking.
When they offered 12, I knew they had to be interested because that's a fair bit of change. I'm ready to do business, but that's a little low. I would do 1750.
$17,500. So he's come a little bit our way. Let's see if we can meet in the middle. What if we went 14?
Yeah, well, you're going in the right direction, but I think they're better than that.
Well, I think they are too, but we're trying to make a little bit of money off them too.
You have to own them first. I own them. And that's, you want to make money with it, you have to own them. Then you can do what you want with it. It's not a lot of money considering what we're talking about.
So at 14,000 in total, are we close?
You're getting a little closer, but like I said, I've dropped quite a bit. 1750. I'd throw in the harness, and I'd throw in the two carts.
Carts are an old sulky cart, aren't they?
Yeah, they're definitely old and antique, and they have some value.
Who's doing a trick that Sheldon and I will often do when we're trying to sell is we want a certain dollar value, but then we'll throw other things into it that we don't have as much money into.
Well, Ken, we're prepared to give you our best shot.
All right.
Sheldon was just about to make the offer that we had agreed was our top nut. Just hold on a sec, okay? I'll be right back.
I knew exactly what Scott was doing.
I gathered up a whole bunch of things that I'd had my eye on all day. Go ahead.
It looks like he's ready for business.
We want to go for the full-size horse, the smaller version, the cane,
Okay.
this crop,
Yep.
farrier's stand,
And the two buggies.
and the buggies, the carts
Whoa,
with
whoa,
them.
whoa, whoa, that's enough. You're getting, okay, okay, yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah.
15,000.
Oh, yes! I am ecstatic with that. Now let's get going. We're gonna
No
have
more
to be...
picking today. We're done, Ken. We're riding away.
We're sending a truck for these, though.
Very
But
good.
my heart's a pounding, and I'm sure Scott's is
Oh,
too.
that was great.
Original store displays, buy of the decade for us. We're the biggest horses' asses on this side of the earth, but we got two great horses.
That's Mr. Horse's ass to you, okay?
They're happy, and I'm just as happy. It was a real great day. Drive safely.
That was unbelievable.
Woo!
Exactly. If there is a perfect pick, that's as close as we've ever gotten.
I don't know anything about it, All I know is that was one of the best buys we've made in a long time.
I knew we were going to do a deal on that. It was just a question of what we took it away for.
And I knew you were going to grind him again, and I thought, you know what? Let's just shake. I'm a happy guy. Maybe he changes his mind. Ken is such a good guy, too.
Great guy. Had a great time. We did real well. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm real happy.
Me too. Alberta bound. Alberta bound.
Twang, twang.
It's good to be
Twang, twang.
Alberta bound.
Twang, twang.
We're on our way to see an acquaintance of both of ours, Cameron, who runs a bookstore and knows a lot about paper products. Cameron's a good appraiser. He knows his stuff. He's right there in the marketplace.
He's probably sold more paper than everybody else in this city put together.
Yeah.
I told him about the Tud Hope on the phone. I just sort of basically outlined what it was, just in case he had to do some research. Hey, Cameron.
Scotty.
See ya.
How you doing?
Hi, Cameron.
Sheldon?
Well, there's the piece
Wow.
I told you about.
Looks terrific.
Yeah, I mean, I love the image, but what I liked the most about it was Calgary.
You don't very often see things like that have Calgary on them, as well as the Ontario logo as well, for carriages that early. Looks fabulous. I've been doing this for 28 years. I've never seen that particular item.
This would have been in a retailer's location.
Absolutely. They'd have sent out X number of them to potential clients to put up perhaps even at country fairs and things. So very few of them have survived for that reason. This looks terrific. Certainly condition is the #1 thing, and then a subject matter. This company seems to have specialized in carriages. So because they're certainly not produced anymore today, it's a very scarce thing. For somebody that would own a carriage like this, it's a wonderful thing to hang up behind the carriage wherever it's stored or in your workshop.
It sort of crosses boundaries too, because people that just collect advertising would like it. People that collect Calgary stuff would like it. What's it worth? We paid $500 for that poster.
Make sure it goes to a good home.
I would probably put this out in the shop in the $1,500 to $1,750 range, but I think if it can be flattened out and put into a better frame, I would certainly put $2,500 on it, and anyone that argued say go find another one, because I've looked long and hard, haven't seen anything quite as nice.
Bingo.
Score.
That's a great appraisal for us. Excellent. We're going to leave it here, Cameron.
Super. Hey, guys. Wow.
Thanks, Cameron.
I wish I'd found this thing. You guys are just too lucky out there.
Scott and I will do well on that piece. I didn't sleep well last night, Scott, and I'll tell you why. I kept having this vision of a raccoon grabbing onto one of my digits, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't extricate him. And you know me, I mean, I like to fish, you gotta tie knots, I like to fly a kite. You know, I like to eat with chopsticks.
It didn't have anything to do with the fact that somebody tried to deliver a pizza to your room at 2:30 in the morning.
No, not at all. I was just thinking about raccoons.
Yikes!
Yikes is right. I thought I'd seen it all, Scott. What about this barrel? One of us could go across the falls.
And I know which one of us is going.
Is this one of your most popular attractions?
Yep.
We're in the funhouse business now.
What are we going to do with this guy?
Put him on top of the truck.
So what would a bottle like that cost?
The bottle retails for $6,000.
$6,000?
Yeah.
We'll do $200 on that.
No way, no way. Check these out, Scott.
Wow, this is great.
That bike hadn't been ridden for a long time.
Whoa! I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
I love Niagara Falls.
I do too.
Millions of people a year end up here.
Tourist heaven, isn't it?
That's the Horseshoe Falls right there.
Yeah, and then that's the American Falls over there.
That piddly little fall over there?
Exactly.
Too bad for them. Some good picking here in Niagara.
Oddball stuff, right?
Yeah,
Some carnival stuff, some fun stuff.
all over the map. Is this where we're going?
You got it. I know you love heights.
This is amazing. I love the mist coming off the falls.
Oh, yeah.
One of the natural wonders of the world. This is phenomenal.
Okay, I'm bored now. Get me down. Let's go picking.
Let's go picking. Going to see Charlie on Clifton Hill.
That's a strip. I still remember it from when I was a kid. It was like a carnival on the street without the carnival.
Right. This is going to be incredible. Charlie's family owns this whole strip here. Charlie's got so much stuff, and it's all connected by tunnels beneath the shops, all along this strip right here.
So we're supposed to meet him up by the haunted house. That's it right here.
Yep. Scott and I both like a little scare in the morning. I think we're in for a good day. Hey, are you Charlie?
Yeah, I'm Charlie.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hey, Charlie, Scott, how are you?
Scott.
So how did you end up with half of Clifton Hill?
My grandfather started it back in 1928, and then my father built it up, and my sister and I ended up with it a few years ago.
So we heard you got some tunnels underneath here.
Lots of tunnels. Up the road, about a block or two, we have a number of attractions, restaurants, retail stores.
So he takes us to the strip.
We're gonna see things that were in the Guinness Museum of World Records.
This looks like fun, Charlie. Is this one of your most popular attractions?
Yep, push the button.
Ooh, there he is.
The electric chair has been there for about 15 years, and it's done quite well.
You're watching just because you can't look away. A lot of people are intrigued by that sort of thing. Doesn't work for me.
We got a spare.
You got a spare?
We got a spare. How'd you like to own one?
That's not the kind of thing I want to buy. I'm afraid to move just in case he starts going again. Yeah. In 3 months, he made $90,000.
A loony at a time, people wanted to see that thing. So where are we off to? The
Basement of the Niagara Clifton Family Restaurant.
Oh, perfect. This is dungeon-like.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Watch your step.
This is great. There's tunnels in here.
They keep acquiring more stuff. Just goes downstairs into the dungeons.
Oh.
Hey.
Have you got stuff? Wow.
These are all the old pictures that came out of one of the old restaurants.
Just married.
Wonder if they're still married.
Yeah, right.
It's a waffle iron.
Oh.
They're making big waffles. They're worth about $4 grand.
Awesome food.
Charlie's got so many little areas that we have to cover that Sheldon and I just decided to split up.
Wow, look at this guy. Did this come out of a pub or something?
Yeah, came out of the Jolly Brewer.
So that's what happens when you drink that much beer, eh? Charlie has a large carved piece of oak. What would you want for that, do you think?
I don't have a clue what that thing's worth.
How about 150?
How much does it weigh? $1 a pound?
About that.
Okay. All right, 100.
Done. Really good buy. I'm happy with that.
I'm hoping that just around the corner we're going to see something we like.
What about Victoria here? I spotted her. I don't know how saleable Victoria is, but it's a pretty nice frame. Would you part with her?
50 bucks.
50 bucks is fair. Sold. Great buy again. Hey, Scott, I'm making some headway here.
I'm frustrated. This is like being the first person at a garage sale, but there's nothing there.
I'm glad we got a couple things out of there.
I've already changed gears. It's apparent, and we're not buying volume here. So now we're looking for that one good item that makes the pick worthwhile. So Charlie, you got any other places for us to see?
Well, I got 3 big trailers.
Oh, hey.
God, we've been in these before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'll check this one out. You check that one. Wow, this is great.
Where'd you get all this stuff, Charlie?
Oh, I've been collecting it for decades. Everything is one-off. Things that were in the haunted house, the fun house, Guinness Museum of World Records.
I work my way to the back, and I find this goofy bit of an airplane. This thing would have just hung on the wall as if a plane was coming out of the wall of the restaurant.
Yeah.
What would you sell that for?
Oh, 20 bucks.
20 bucks?
Good.
Busty. We'll take that one.
Okay.
I'm golden.
What about this barrel?
Beautiful oak barrel.
I know you got a piece of gear inside that.
I sell you the barrel, but the guts I need for my climbing man, the guy who goes up and down the Guinness sign.
So this is your spare.
This was the original one, and then we were having problems with it, so we bought a complete new unit, and so we keep the spare parts.
So the barrel's like $100 and the guts are 50,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take the barrel.
Okay.
We needed Charlie's guys to help get that big piece of equipment out of the barrel.
That's a big piece of oak, isn't it?
So what do you want for it, Charlie?
Now that we got it out and you can't put it back in?
Yeah.
We got Charlie where we want him. What the heck's he gonna do with the barrel?
I don't know, $100.
We've got Charlie over a barrel, you might say.
75.
I was gonna say 50, but
Yeah.
50, you can have it for 50.
Done.
done. That's a great souvenir from Niagara. I want to go over the falls right now.
The barrel itself weighs a good 100 pounds. So as soon as I put Scott in, it's gonna sink right to the bottom.
There's something.
Hey, what you got back there?
There are a couple big old clowns.
Clown heads from Crystal Beach Amusement Park in Ridgeway, Fort Erie, Ontario.
They could be from the 60s.
Nah, 50s maybe.
These are huge clown faces. They would have sat on the side of show tents. These are real carnival things. They're not just modern-day knockoffs. I just don't see how I'm gonna get these babies out.
It's always the way. The good stuff that we're interested in is buried deep. We needed Charlie's guys to get those out.
It's fiberglass, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm dating that to the 60s.
If you had a barn or a loft or a large wall that you really wanted an impact piece and you're inclined towards carnival things, that's the item.
What would you want for one?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, coming up with a price.
What do you have into them?
About $1,000 for the two of them 25 years ago.
Wow, why would you step up that much?
When we stumbled across original Funhouse clowns, it's like, yeah, we gotta have them.
What would a guy have to pay for the funhouse?
1,000.
Yikes. When he quotes $1,000 out of the gate, I'm a little concerned. He wants to get paid for both of them.
Yeah.
They're irreplaceable.
What'd you replace it with?
LCD TVs.
This was one of the rare things that Charlie was really attached to. But the good news was there's two of them.
Would you take $500 for one of these?
No. 1,000.
Oh, come on.
Hard and fast.
Yep. I really didn't want to get rid of them, but they really wanted one. I said, okay, but I wasn't gonna just give it away.
We could maybe get 1,000 for it, but that doesn't leave us any money after we get it back to Calgary.
Yeah. How about 7?
$750.
Done. Whoa. Scared you were gonna shoot me a look there, Scott.
No, I knew we were taking one home. I just didn't know what we were paying for it.
We're in the funhouse business now.
Scott's digging deep like a Labrador retriever. So I check out another container and I see the top of a head and the body of this guy is massive.
He came out of the Guinness Museum of World Records. Wow. At the time, he would have been modeled after the world's heaviest man.
He used to be the world's largest, heaviest man, but he retired because he no longer holds the record.
It's just too neat of a thing to throw out.
Let's take a look at him. Just come a little towards the door, yeah. Now straight out.
Look at the size of this guy. He's as big as a tree.
This is like big boy.
Yeah.
Got amok.
Yeah.
He's big, he's bald. What's not to like?
I could see a diet shop buying this and putting him on the side as a little inspiration.
Do you have a sense of what you're looking for out of him?
Couple $100.
Couple $100?
Yep.
Gotta have him.
He's yours.
Can't leave home without
Oh
him.
my Lord.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with this guy? Well, We're gonna have to send somebody to pick this baby up, Sheldon.
They're two of the most interesting people I ever met. They really know their stuff. They know what's got value and what's junk. That was pretty obvious today.
Ready? Oh! Well, that's a beauty of a barrel. And the price was right.
If we're prepared to hold on to it instead of quick flipping it, we could triple out on that. Now we got that big pig to put in here too, don't we?
He is a big boy. It's about $1 a pound. Really good buy. I'm happy with that. Hey, Charlie, that was fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Charlie. I can honestly say we've never bought anything anywhere like we bought today.
We all did well.
Today was a day for big stuff. The price was right on everything. I'm really pleased.
We found a couple fun things, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll do pretty well with the portly gentleman. I love Niagara Falls.
I do too.
It's like a big carnival here.
It really is.
So we're going to see Pat. He's got a whole restaurant full of stuff and 3 other outbuildings. Sounds like he could have some good stuff. He's all over the map. I think Pat's is just over here. This is going to be interesting. Let's go meet Pat.
Yeah.
Could use a coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the mother lode.
Wow.
Wow, it's got to be the place.
Pat's got a lot of early Niagara Falls souvenirs, so I'm excited to see there is tons and tons of stuff.
The place is loaded. Never seen a restaurant looking quite like that before. Hey, are you Pat?
Yep, Pat Simon.
Hey, Pat. I'm Sheldon.
Glad to meet you.
Scott.
Nice to meet you.
Scott. Yeah.
Glad to meet you.
You've been here for a while.
129 years in business. My grandmother started the restaurant in 1884. My father took over in 1901, and we've been here ever since.
Pat, is this the oldest restaurant in Niagara
It's
Falls?
the oldest restaurant in Niagara Falls and probably one of the oldest in Canada, I think.
Are those your serious prices?
The prices are right there, yeah. Everything you see is real in here.
You can get a full breakfast for about $3. I love this place.
Well, let's finish up our coffee, and then maybe we'll go take a look at the first warehouse over here.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got stuff in the restaurant, and it's spilling out into buildings beside.
Holy smokes. I'm not sure how you fill a place up so that you can't get the door open.
You gotta be a skinny guy to get in here, Pat.
And you gotta open it part way, slide in. Holy cow. Close the door so you can get all the way in. Oh my Lord. There's nowhere to go.
Sorry, I'm wedged. I can't move. I can't move. I'm in a squeeze.
Let me push you. You can't go up, you can't go down, you can't go left, you can't go right. You can't go anywhere. Wow.
I don't have any trouble getting there.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
I've been in a lot of musty, moldy places, but that hit me in the face just like somebody slapping me.
I thought I'd seen it all, Scott, but this has to be the new pinnacle.
My father was a collector, and my brothers were collectors, and I'm a collector, and we had to put it somewhere.
It's like I'm in a goddamn lair, a spider's lair. Look at the spider webs.
Look at this mold. I saw National Geographics. They've grown together. Look at that.
Oh my God. Coming from your corner psychiatrist, it's okay. Throw them away. Nobody wants them.
I'm with Scott. And I didn't know he hung his shingle to be the corner psychologist. I'm happy to hear that.
Psychiatrist.
Oh, whoa.
Doctor of psychiatry, yeah. Look, it's a double panoramic.
Wow.
Turn of the century, double panoramic photo, 10 feet long, would have hung in the best hotel in town, worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. That is a true tragedy, and it's totaled. I was not giving up. I'm sort of hoping I can do this without killing myself. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go left or right, so I did both. Oh, man, this is a hard one, this one. You know, the picker's creed, pick. If you die, you leave a beautiful corpse.
Hopefully not in the middle of a room like that.
Well, there's a nice picture. Bingo. It may still be okay. In amongst all the broken and stained and destroyed stuff, I did find a picture. It was an 1893 litho of a bunch of famous horses.
Do you remember putting that in there?
Yep, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's good 40 years ago anyways.
So what would you want for this little guy? Seeing as I dragged him all the way from the back.
$100.
Holy smokes!
Well, I think it's a very unusual picture, seeing 10 horses in one picture, taken in 1893 and printed in 1893.
We're not leaving the best thing we've seen all day.
You tell me then.
I was gonna say 20.
20?
Well, it's all water stained.
Okay.
20?
$20.
A shake on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I think what we're gonna do, maybe see what we can find in the shop.
Okay, well, lots of stuff over there to look at.
Okay.
Lots of stuff in the restaurant.
That'll be easy to look at.
This is where he goes to work every day and he likes to surround himself with things he likes to look at.
That's where the good stuff's gonna be.
Yeah. I grabbed these from the other room. I'll just bring them in here. Wow, you've got some great stuff in here. Pat's got tons of stuff, including a lot of early Niagara Falls souvenirs. Panorama of Niagara Falls.
Yeah. This little fella goes over the falls in 1960 and lives.
The kid that went over in the life jacket? But look what was underneath what you just picked up. Another nice old Niagara Falls souvenir. Oh, look at this. Indian nymph going over the falls in a canoe.
There's some interesting paper products and photos and that sort of thing. Scott, do you remember when I won the wrestling championship?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how my belt ended up here, but...
Yeah. He says he's got some military stuff.
And I got a million buttons and thimbles and things to do with sewing.
There's your standard medals. First World War, this is medals everybody pretty much got.
This is an accumulation. Didn't come from one place, it came from dozens. Some of the pieces were sterling silver war medallions, interesting hat badges, military buttons. We were interested in buying it as a whole, complete bundle.
There's your Purple Heart.
That was quite an achievement, wasn't it, to win a
Purple Heart
Purple
was
Heart?
to get shot. He got injured. So what would you sell everything that you got here for?
For everything here on the table, we'll just say $5,000.
That's what you think it's worth.
Worth more than that.
About twice what I'd like to pay. Yeah,
This here's a genuine article on every piece.
I agree with you there. I mean, not every piece, but most
Every
of them
piece there is genuine, I guarantee it. They're very rare buttons and pins and the badges, and you're never going to see them again in Canadian history, eh?
I think I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, refill my coffee, and then I got a proposition for you.
I've seen Scott wheel and deal so many times, I could tell you his moves blindfolded. It's magic, really, and it usually mystifies me and the guy we're buying the stuff from.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
I knew you were serious today, but I didn't know you were going to war.
I got a feeling, given this first price, we are definitely going to war.
Yeah.
What we'd like to pay, I think, is $1,000. That's what we'd like to pay.
$1,000?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gave Pat a smile, though.
Yeah,
that put a smile on your face, Pat.
I don't want to sell them at that price because I'll be giving them away.
What price would you sell them at where you would feel
So
good?
I would say $5,000 for what
Yeah, I think we're way, we're so far beyond.
I value it all pretty highly, you know.
This is one of the toughest negotiations I've ever done.
And I know I can sell this anytime I want to, and not at your prices.
This guy ain't budging. It's the United Nations, and it's the two-state solution. Let's talk about it for several decades and come up to an impasse. But you gotta know when to hold them.
Yeah.
And you know when to hold them, Pat, and I know when to fold them. So fellas, good luck, and Scott, don't spend too much of my money. 'Cause I'm out.
I'm not sure I can figure Pat out on this. He's on Pluto, and I'm on Earth. Sheldon is hitching a ride back to Calgary. Well, why don't we do this? figure out what your bottom line price is, throw it back to me, and we'll either shake on it or we won't.
Say $4,500.
I think we're a little too far apart, but
yeah.
you know what? I appreciate you
yeah.
showing it to me. I don't want to leave without buying something, so I look around the room like a wounded animal, and I see the doctor's bag. Wow. It's got all his medicines in it. Here's some of your tools of the trade. Oh, is that ever pretty? These are probably morphine ampules. What do you want for your doctor's bag?
$200. That's what it cost me.
$200.
Yeah.
I'm used to dealing with guys that want way too much for their stuff.
I don't think you have any problem selling any of that.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you your $200 and you throw me these 2 boxes in. I dug
no
these out
way,
of,
no way.
I dug
No
these out of the
way.
side room.
No way. I'll give you that box. That was in our store.
Okay, we'll do $200 on that. I'm in pain, but I got some morphine.
We're going to part as friends. Take that badge with you as a gift. I give you that as a gift.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Well, the rare pin, there's no question about that. I would have sold that pin for $100.
Scott walks out smiling like a Cheshire cat.
Look what I got.
Hey, he's got his little doctor's bag. He's got his horse picture.
James, please take my things.
Here, I'm a pack-up guy.
And I've got my doorman to put it in the truck for me. Doorman, not doormat.
Same thing.
You got a bargain there.
Maybe we should get some vaccinations before we head out for a pick.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll grab the doctor's bag and I'll give you a vaccination.
I like showing them around, and they were very hospitable and very knowledgeable, and we got along pretty good. Goodbye, and thanks for coming.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much, Pat.
Thanks,
nice
Pat.
to meet you.
See you later.
All right, take care.
Okay.
I'm so happy Dr. Scott is ready to hit the road for another house call.
That little thing with the morphine will sell for more money than I paid for the whole thing.
If we don't get busted on the way home.
And if I don't use it.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't this like the Las Vegas of the North?
Yeah, cheesier than Las Vegas, and it's hard to be cheesier than Las Vegas, I'll tell you.
A lot of pawn shops in Las Vegas.
Right, and there's a bunch of casinos here too, so if we see a pawn shop, I wouldn't mind taking a look, because I think 12 million people a year come through here, and
Every
a few
once
of
in
them
a while.
pawn something. There's a pawn shop over there, Niagara Falls Pawnbroker.
Let's go check this place out.
Wait for me, you. Hey, oh yeah, this is a pawn shop.
It's just jammed to the rafters.
Wow. Look at that.
Welcome, guys.
Hi, my name's Scott.
Nice to meet you, Scott. My name is Hi.
Hi. I'm Sheldon.
Nice to meet you, Sheldon.
You've heard that before, haven't you?
Yeah, all the time, guys. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Glad you said that.
So what brings you guys to our shop?
We're picking in this area, so we thought we'd stop in. I love a pawn shop. I check them out wherever I can. They've usually got 90% junk, but 10% things I want to see, and this one's no different.
We carry a little bit of everything, right? You never know what you're gonna get. That's why I love this business so much. It was a family business. My parents started it off. Every day is different. You get to see a lot of different items, but a lot of different customers as well. There's a sign on the back that says the People's Bank, and that's how we feel.
Just look at the scotch.
Yeah, we got some pretty cool scotch. Some of the stuff like the John Walker, very, very rare bottle, guys. Only 330 made.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So a couple things about this, guys.
Nice box.
Beautiful box, comes apart.
It's like burled maple,
Like
isn't
this?
it, Shell?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Everyone knows Johnny Walker. This is the John Walker. I think only 6 came to Canada. The gold is 24 karat gold.
That is really an interesting item.
And then you got your own private crystal cork for
Oh,
it.
right.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's very special because most of the people that'll buy them will be restaurants, etc. That, you know, they'll charge people 120 to 200 bucks just for a little taste.
So what would a bottle like that cost? Because the box looks like it's worth a couple $100.
The bottle retails for 6,000.
6,000?
Yeah.
What'd you get it for? That's what I want to know.
Only paid 3,000 for this.
You step up, man. Let's keep looking around.
Holy smokes, you got stock.
My philosophy is volume, volume, volume. The more we take in, the more we can sell. That's the way to make business.
Shell, you see anything you like?
I was hoping to find a watch, perhaps. When I think pawn shops, I think jewelry.
Any watches here that have gone over the falls in a barrel?
Not that I can say. Watch was always a big thing in my family.
There's some big bling right there, though.
Yeah, this actually has an interesting story to it, guys. This was actually brought over by a Toronto rapper. I won't say his name, but a watch like this was $12,000 retail. He had a bad day at the casino, and he brought it in, and he did it on a buyback, and unfortunately, he never came back for it.
1,200 bucks?
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, but it looks flashy, doesn't it?
It looks flashy,
yeah,
very
that's
flashy.
funny.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that's really vintage?
Not a bad Gruen. Where did I see
Is
it
that
here?
it? That looked like an older one.
18 karat gold. This is at least 1966.
So what would that sell for, the Gruen?
Something like this we would sell for $250.
That's a pretty good price. How much of that $250 is gold? Is it 50 bucks?
This would weigh roughly about 12 grams. So in the $400 range.
In gold?
Gold,
So you're paying less for the watch than you are for the gold? Why wouldn't you just melt it?
Because it's a very special watch, right? And we like to have a little bit of variety here.
A guy can only wear one watch at a time, and I just as soon keep the one I've got on right now and invest the $250 in something else.
We've got a huge selection of gold.
If somebody pawned something a year ago and it was gold, do your prices reflect that you bought it a year ago?
We buy and sell everything at the price of gold.
So if it goes up, you're in good shape. If it goes bad, down,
hey,
you're
this
in
has
bad
been a
shape.
good year for you.
It has.
Hi is my kind of pawn shop operator. He understands where the market is. He knows he's going to be able to move gold and silver right now with the prices. He's a smart man. Let's keep looking around.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, look at this. Wow. What's going on with the Superman suit?
Well, the Superman suit was actually worn by Marlon Brando in the first Superman.
Wasn't expecting to see Marlon Brando's Superman outfit.
Christopher Reeve's suits, you know, there was actually quite a few of them. Marlon Brando only had 2 suits, a black one and a white one. And for us to have one of them, it's just phenomenal. The white one sold in New York last December for $56,000.
Really?
Whoa!
Yeah.
So what's this one worth?
Well, we sell it for $12,000.
$12,000?
Yeah. We've had people come in, offer $6,000, $7,000. It's just a phenomenal piece.
Do you have a change room? Because I can see Scott wants to try this one on.
Yeah, I'm sure I look really good in Halloween in that outfit. But I ain't paying 12,000 bucks for it.
That's not an image I want to think about either.
A bit rich for our blood to make money on it, but I do want to dig through a couple other things in here. Whoa, is that a beaut?
Yeah.
The nice thing about this banjo is the inlays on it.
That's pimpy, there's no question about it. What's the story on the guitars that are up the top?
The guitars, we get in all the time. We move them quick and we have them priced to sell.
Anytime you hit upon a pawn shop, you always find guitars because everyone gets a bit of cash in their pocket, buys a guitar, falls on hard times, pawns the guitar, thinks they're gonna get it back, never does. That's a Canadian manufacturer, Larrabee.
Yeah, Larrabee. Very good, very underrated.
Sitka spruce with rosewoods on the side, beautiful.
What a playing guitar. I've been looking for a Larrabee guitar in a garage sale, a flea market, or a pawn shop for 25 years and haven't seen one. Wow, that's a beautiful guitar. What would that sell for?
The condition's like 10 out of 10, it's mint. We would sell that guitar for $750.
I'm thinking seriously about that guitar because I may have a buyer for it.
You guys are big on guitars?
Well, I am.
Yeah, we got a room full of guitars right over there, guys.
That's a beautiful one. What year is the Gibson?
It's 2009.
Right, so it's a new one. It's got a tiger stripe on it. It's fabulous, but those sell for about $3,700, $3,800 new. He's got $1,800 on that. Now that's slightly smaller than your standard SG. That's almost like an SG Junior, that one, because it doesn't weigh anything compared to a regular SG. The SG's got no price, so I'm not really sure where he's coming from on the SG.
The SG I could do for $900.
Ow, that hurts. I'm so tempted. I think you quoted a real fair price on the Larrabee. But I was hoping the SG was closer to $400 and we'd be able to do $1,000 and take the 2 of them away. That was my thinking. He's a little pained by that, I can tell.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. You know what? We like to move product here, so I could do $11.50 for you. That's a very good price.
It's very tempting. And at that point in time, he's given me 50. I can tell that right now. 1100?
You got a deal.
Done. Hey, he knows when to hold them, and he knows when to fold them, and he knows way better to get out of those guitars and get the money into something else. Does it come with a case?
It does.
Beautiful.
Scott got a very good price, but at the same time, we made a very good profit off it.
He's happy, and I'm happy when he's happy. Hey, well, that's all right.
They're reasonably equally balanced, you know.
Nice to meet you. Next time we're in town, we'll come by.
It'll be a totally different store. Every week's different, guys.
And as you can see, my hands are full. Sheldon, shake for me, too.
Yeah.
Double shake.
Thanks a lot.
Have a safe trip back.
This was a great day for us. Never had a chance to buy a Larrivee before. I got 2 great guitars for less than the price of 1 good guitar. I want to get out of here before High changes his mind. Don't look back. Drive. That was great. I got a surprise for you. I tracked down Jim Conklin.
Conklin shows?
Exactly. Sent him some photos of the Fat Man.
The Conklin Carnival traveled across Canada, including our part of the world, always came to the Calgary Stampede.
So he's a good guy to have appraised the Fat Man.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Can you tell us about the Fat Man?
It's too big to move on a carnival, so I think it was part of a museum-type attraction on Niagara Falls.
Exactly. Hey, Jim, any idea of a value of that Fat Man?
Would you have a sense of what you're looking for out of him?
Couple $100.
Gotta have him.
What we came up with was between somewhere around $1,000 to $1,500 for the Fat Man.
Excellent. That's great. Well, Jim, thanks a lot for your help on that.
Nice talking to you, gentlemen.
Okay, you
Thanks,
too, Jim. That was good news on the Fat Man.
Hey, I'm happy with that.
Let's go.
We're a few minutes out of Niagara Falls at a place called Jordan Station. We're going to see the 2 Burns. Burn Senior, Burn Junior.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we don't get burned. So what do the Burnses do?
They've set up a soda shop and a general store on their property, but not for the public. It's just their private collection.
Oh, this has got to be it.
Yeah.
There we are. There's a bike over there.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, I saw a whizzer. And not very many people have whizzers in their front yard. Hey, you must be Vern.
I'm the old one.
I was going to say, are you junior or senior?
Hey, Vern, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon, that's Junior.
Hey.
Hey.
So you guys have been collecting for a while.
I've been buying and selling for pretty close to 30.
Right.
You just said the key thing, selling.
Show us what you're selling.
Yeah. Wow. You got some projects in here.
Yeah.
There's stuff stacked up high. You got a little bit of everything here.
Yeah. I collect a variety of things, toys and service station, general store memorabilia, soda fountain items.
Hey, I was just admiring the old wagon though. Wow, what a beauty. What would the value be of an old wagon?
Restored, it would likely be up in around the 35, 40,000 range.
Is that right?
I started buying cars when I was 19, and that's my main interest, is anything up to about 1960, 61.
What's this all about?
Well, they used to use that to chivalry newlyweds.
Chivalry, is that from around here?
Well, it's Ontario, I've heard of it. I don't know about out west. In the 20s, I'm gonna say 30s, when they were married a week or two, they were settled in. They'd all get shotguns and these noisemakers, and in the middle of the night, they'd go, wake them up, and they wouldn't quit the noise until they invited them in.
Can I give it a roll?
Oh, yeah, it'll...
I'm thinking I could take that to the Flames game, and they score a lot of goals, so repeatedly I could be shivering.
I'll shiver you, all right.
It's quite unique, some of my restoration projects.
Will you restore the tandem?
It's possible.
Depends how long we live.
Unfortunately, it's just a little too rough for any buyer we might have.
And what about the Harley fridge?
It needs a dryer put in to keep it working right, so it needs...
A lot of it needs repair. It's in the rough and a little too rough for us in some cases.
I like the Red Indian, but it's just bead. What would you want out of it?
That guy was hoping to get somewhere around 30 bucks out of it range. You know, it's a decorative piece for the shelf, but not good enough for collector value.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of things that are, you know, they're sort of purgatory. They're not heaven and they're not hell, but they're right in the middle.
So where are we off to this building right here, I bet?
At the back of the property, there's a 800 square foot building that's got my own collection of the restored and original pieces.
Let's see what we can find in there and maybe we can talk you into selling it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fighting to get a bunch of stuff today. But hopefully if we step up and pay a top dollar, we'll get something good.
Oh, wow.
This is the collection room. And
yeah.
Little general store.
General store, soda fountain, automotive.
Holy cow! It's a bit like walking back in time to the 50s. I love country store stuff in particular, so that's where my eye was taken. Oh, I see something I love. That's for me though, Sheldon. Gymnastic action. I always had a soft spot for cheesecake stuff. Would you sell me that?
That one I think I'm gonna hang on to just because it's pretty unique. Good design, I know, it's easy to like with.
Oh, and can I ask you about this sled here?
It's hard to find those.
All done up, but you said
That's original. That's all original paint. It's still got an original price tag on the back of it.
Yeah. Is that something you'd part with, Bern?
Not that one. That's the best known example of an original one, and it's kind of a unique piece.
What's the story on these circus rides?
They're scale models that a guy built, modeled after Crystal Beach Amusement Park.
Oh, just down the road again.
Yeah.
All right. Check these out, Scott.
Underneath here is all lights and paintings all underneath here. There's
he did a
hundreds of light bulbs. Like there was just hours of work to build them.
He did a remarkable job.
Wow, they're great, aren't they?
The fellow that made them had done them to scale, just wonderful things. I'm scared to ask, what would you want for the 4 of them?
Around 4,000 or more.
I'm glad you said that, because if it had been cheaper, we would have been tempted.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Great little pieces of folk art, and at $1,000 a piece, it's not outrageous, but it's this market where you're gonna get the big money for them, not where we're going.
I love this optometrist sign, the real eye catcher.
Wow. For me, that's a key piece. The base is typical of pieces they made from the turn of the century right up to the 40s. The glass on that one's slightly thicker than you would have on a later piece.
And I thought for sure this is the best thing in here. This is not going to be for sale. Is that something you'd part with, Bern?
Probably going to hang on to that one. That's the only one I've seen like that.
Does that mean that if we offered you a good price, you'd consider selling it?
It's possible. It'd have to be a pretty good price.
What would a pretty good price be?
Likely more than you're willing to pay, but I would think it would have to be in the $300 range.
Done.
All right, now we've broken the ice. Is that something you'd sell?
Yeah.
What would you want for that?
50 bucks out of that.
Would you say 40?
Yeah.
Sheldon and I have been doing this long enough together that when I do a bang and he does a bang, I go right for the next. Just keep it going in rapid fire. What about your elephant gin sign? It's 1920s, great piece of advertising, has some damage on the side, but when you put it in an oak frame, you'll never see that.
Need to get 40 bucks out of that.
Done. I can't get my hand out quick enough at that price. We walk out the door and both of us go straight for the Whizzer. I love Whizzers.
Want to part with your Whizzer?
Can't do that. That's why I drive. That's my transportation.
I haven't seen one running for a while. I wouldn't mind owning one of those myself.
I thought you were pulling our leg, but you do ride this all the time, don't you? Not for sale is not for sale as much as we like it. What about these two? Would you part with either of them Roadmasters?
You likely wouldn't want to pay what I paid for that red one.
The red one was a killer. It was a Roadmaster. That was a Pee Wee Herman bike all the way.
Yeah.
It had that great 50s look, and the condition was really, really good. Whoop.
Put a little too much torque just before I was going to do a few tricks on it. Have to wait for another time. Do I own it or just the chain?
I'm glad for once you got on the bike.
Now there's a discount involved, right?
Well, not much.
Yeah.
$450 for it.
$450, okay. I didn't want to leave the bike because it's the coolest bike I've seen in a long time, but I didn't want to have 450 into it either. We got a little proposition, but we want to walk back through a couple rooms because there's a couple little things we saw along the way.
Okay. I kind of like the produce sign.
Lights up and works.
Yeah.
Retro colors.
That's a good item. Transformer.
That'd be a good sign for somebody. Okay. So if we were to do all of this stuff, what would your best price be if we did all of it? Sharpen that pencil.
Yeah. The trade sign and the red Indian can, the produce sign, the suitcase and that, I'd be looking at probably around $650 for the package deal is the bottom price and everything.
I was going to say, why not 600 for the whole package?
I'll go with that. So we'll give you a deal on it.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
That was some good negotiating.
To get that optometrist sign, that's a good early piece of store advertising. The gin signs with essentially Jumbo the elephant, that's 150 any day of the week. To get the bike, to get some throw-ins, giving him what he wanted out of the bike, but getting a good deal on the other stuff. And that's a pretty good day of picking for us.
We'll have to split the money up between us now and see who gets the better deal here. Usually he wins.
Hey,
fellas.
Good to see you.
Little Burn and Big Burn, that was great.
That was great.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Take it easy, have a safe trip.
We're driving away now with a whole bunch of stuff, and they're good items. We'll make money on all of them. Never picked from a guy named Byrne before. All of a sudden, we did a double header.
I've definitely never picked from two guys named Byrne. There's actually a little Hall of Fame over by Niagara Falls where they talk about everybody that's gone over the falls, how many have lived, how many have died. The fundamental premise that we operate on in society that is flawed is that all people are created equal.
Where are you going with that one, Scott?
Well, because I've come to the conclusion a lot of people are really dumb.
Scott!